It is January 11th and I'm like here for sunrise even though it's freezing outside. But I decided I'm not gonna be this close to the beach again for another like a few months. So I was like, I have to be this close to the beach right now. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of the car though, since it's literally 41 degrees outside and it's just freezing outside. But if the sunset gets really pretty or like pops off or whatever, I'll let y'all know. So I wrote down some questions in my little like notebook here that I thought would be cool to talk about too as the sun rises. And it will kind of be like more like a girl talk edition because I'll be talking about those kind of things. Let's get comfy and get into it. So starting off, something I'm excited about in 2024, probably like spring break. My friends and I were all planning to go somewhere in spring break. I'm not going to tell y'all where because I'm not going to spoil it. I'm really excited about that. We're like fully booked, we're ready to go. So yeah, that's going to be really fun. Just a girls trip. Yeah, I'm really excited about that in 2024. There's obviously like other things, but that's one that's like going to be here in a few like months. So another one is periods. Mine usually last about 5 to 6 days, I would say. They only really hurt the first like 1 or 2 days for me, like really bad, and then like the rest of the time I'm like fine. I also will say do the whole pain thing. What I do is I obviously grab a heating pad. The heating pad's the best thing in the world. If you're a girl, you should get one because they're awesome and amazing and love that. I also take Advil, drink a lot of water. I would also say I've passed out on my period. That's before I found out like I was anemic. And now I take like an iron pill and I'm good to go. But yeah, I will say sometimes also like a wet like towel on my forehead helps a lot. That could just be like me though. But otherwise, sometimes sitting on the toilet for like long periods of time like helps also, I think. But yeah, that's just some tips. And what I do is birth control. Personally, I am not on birth control. I don't know, like I've heard stories that I've heard if you're like on it for like long periods of time, like bad things can happen. There's like good and bad things to being on birth control, and it's probably like different kinds of birth control and stuff too. I don't know, right now I don't feel the need to be on it. Really all I have to say about it, since I'm like not on it, I can't really tell you like how it is or whatever. So ooh, something I want to do more in 2024, definitely watch more sunrises and sunsets. I'm more of a sunrise girl, I feel like, because I like how it like starts my day like off right, and I feel like I can get so much done when I watch the sunrise as opposed to a sunset where I'm like anticipating it like happening all day. So yeah, that's something I want to do more. I also want to like take more like digital pictures on my camera, but that's more like of a at school kind of thing, because I don't know, we were just like talking about that, like we can take it to like frat parties and like, you know, all those cute little photos that people like take, and they're like all so cute because they have like the flash on and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I have a camera, let's do it. I want to get back on my YouTube grind, which is hard with like school and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, there's a few things I definitely want to do, but are they gonna happen? They are gonna happen. But anyways, they're gonna happen. Let's just keep it at that. My thoughts on kids and like having kids. Personally, I don't mind kids. I don't know. I've always thought I definitely want a dog. Like, one thing about me is I want a dog. 100%. I've always wanted a dog. I've wanted a German Shepherd for the longest time, literally since I was like in elementary school, I think, like the end of elementary school. But I've always had like a dog on my Christmas list, like I was one of those people. But yeah, I definitely want a dog. Honestly, I think I would be happy with like maybe 3 dogs and like no kids, if I'm being 100% honest. Not to like burst anyone's bubble or anything, but I've never literally thought about having kids. That's just not the path that I want to take. Cool if you do though, slay. But right now, yeah, I'm cool with my dogs, and that's all I gotta say. How to get over a breakup. So I think I would say do things with your friends, do things with your family. It's gonna be hard because all breakups are hard. It doesn't necessarily like get better. I think you just kind of like adapt, I guess, in a way. to like, okay, like that happened. There's nothing I can do about it. The sun is going to rise again. There was one breakup that I had that took me like 2 years to get over. So literally time is the only thing that can help you. But I will say like doing things with like other people definitely helped me, because you like think about them kind of less, because you're like hanging out and like doing like fun things with like other people. But you can also like do things by yourself. Like right now I'm at a sunrise. Like you can go do this, and this is like so healing, especially if you're like a beachy person. Go touch the water, go touch the sand. I don't care if it's 41 degrees outside, like just go out and do that, and like take yourself on dates maybe. And I don't know, just at one point you will like be okay. Like the world doesn't stop spinning, you know? Like what do I look for in a guy? I don't really have a standards list on my notes app, which I definitely should, but I just don't have one of those like a lot of other girls I know do. But I don't know, I really like pretty eyes. That's one thing. That's like for looks and stuff. I really like pretty eyes. I would say being kind to like other people is really a big one for me. Like industry workers, like if you're rude to like people that are like serving you, why? So yeah, someone just nice to people, someone that can make me laugh, obviously. I would prefer taller than me, knows how to dress well. That's a big one for me. I really like someone who knows their like body type and knows how to dress for their body type. Honestly, I'm gonna just go with like the whole boy answer. If we vibe, we vibe. Which usually is the case for me. I'm not like avidly like looking for anything, but hey, if something happens, I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed, but right now I am single, if anyone wanted to know. Advice for not breaking the whole no contact thing. I wrote a quote like under the thing, and it's reading the same book won't give you a different ending. And that, I think that's really, really true. I think that's helped me a lot. Like not going back to anybody, not that I even want to. You're done with that chapter. You're done with that chapter of your life. And honestly, I wouldn't want to like go back. That would be my advice for not breaking contact. Remember why they're not in your life anymore. Like remember how we got here. First, time advice. I don't really have any like advice for it, but like it should be with someone like you're comfortable with. Honestly, you can do whatever you want, but I feel like my biggest advice is it should be with someone like you're comfortable with. And I think that like helps a lot. Hey, in like a perfect world, it would be like with the love of your life, but in most cases it does not end up that way. So yeah, I would just make sure that person's nice, make sure the person's making you feel comfortable. Don't be forced to do anything you don't want to do. And if they actually like you, they won't care if you don't want to do certain things. But yeah, that would be my advice. Boy advice. Like I know that. I have another like little like sentence or whatever. If he's not doing it for you, he will do it for someone else. Like people are in situationships and I'm like, how? Like why? Like if there's any question to like why, how does this person feel, like they don't like you. Like if there's any question in your mind, they do not like you. And it's time to move on. It's time to get with somebody else. And don't you like want that? Like wouldn't you rather like not be guessing? Wouldn't you want to know if someone likes you? Isn't that the whole point of being in a relationship? But yeah, a big thing is if he's not gonna do it for you, he's gonna do it with someone else. Like if he wants to get you flowers, he's gonna get you flowers. If he wants to take you to a restaurant, he's gonna take you to a restaurant. And if he doesn't want to, he probably doesn't like you. That's the whole thing I live by. If he's not doing it for you, he will do it for someone else, and he just doesn't like you that much. Which doesn't say anything about you. It definitely fully says something about him or her. Like you shouldn't be like, oh my god, what's wrong with me because he doesn't like me. Like no, that's not the way we're thinking in 2024, babe. I promise you there's probably so many better ones. How to love yourself and your body. I still have insecurities. Some people might think, oh, you like have the perfect body, you have the perfect face, you don't get pimples, da da da. Like no, I still have insecurities. Everyone still has insecurities. You can be the most perfect person in the world and still have insecurities regardless, and I think everyone should just be nice to each other about that, but that's a whole different topic. Anyways, loving yourself, loving your body. What's helped me is if I don't like something about my body, I ask myself, can I change it? Like with the gym or like something like that. This is my body. This is what I'm gonna be in for the rest of my life. Like, I might as well like it, you know what I mean? So I will suggest just being nice to everybody, because you have no idea what someone else is going through, how they feel about themselves, how they feel about their body. So, especially with like social media and like being so like open and honest in those comment sections, loving yourself is just gonna come from you. It's not gonna come from anyone else. But I will say you should love yourself. You should love your body, because it's the only body you get. I don't know. This was like a tangent. Anyway, so yeah, I think that was all that I had written down. The sunset has not popped off, but I think it is quite bright outside. I'll woman up and go show y'all. All right, let's go see what's going on the beach. Okay, back in my car, and as you can see, the sun is kind of like on my face now. But yeah, that was my video. So I hope you enjoyed my little girl talk and the sunrise, because it was kind of pretty. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.